Right guys, video number 2 for Chop's Garage, and the MG is coming along nicely. If you've seen in the last video, we laid down some filler primer and it's dried overnight. It's looking good. We've even got James in wet sanding it. Charlie's on it already.
Since you got here.
We're trying to get this done in 4 days, so hopefully we can manage it. But yeah, I think we're on track so far.
We've got to do it.
We've got to do it. We've no choice.
Just sit completely unfinished for the next year and a half.
Exactly. So let's get cracking on. I know it's a bit early in the video, but let's get this wet sanded. I'll throw you in a quick time lapse, get this wet sanded, and then we'll show you what happens next. Right guys, I decided against the time lapse because we're still just sanding and mere sanding. So I'm working on the doors now. We've got the outside of the door pretty much prepped until James decided to clamp a pair of vice grips on it and took big chunks out of it. So I'm going to have to redo that again. And while James's filler's here, he's working on the tailgate. I think I'll just go and get an axe and get a wee hit just round about here somewhere.
I thought you were going to say if we get an axe, I'm going to do a better job.
Charlie, he's been grafting away wet sanding. He's got pretty much the whole car wet sanded now, other than this one because James is faffing with something else.
Your seams have got to be bang on your MGBs. Your seams have to be perfect.
Yeah. So he's spending a bit of time getting
Putting
this seam good.
Making them perfect by filling them full of filler.
Yeah. But yeah, in all seriousness, this is where any MG enthusiast will come and look first. So James said if your seams are good, your MG's good. Doesn't matter that the floor's falling out of it, as long as the seams are good.
Exactly, yeah.
So yeah.
Most MGB owners, just cosmetic anyway, they haven't got a clue what goes on underneath it.
I'll pop you on time lapse this time and you can see a bit of the sanding process, but I'm not going to bore you with too much. And very shortly in this video we're going to be laying down the paint on the body shell and you'll get to see what colour James has picked.
Is that happening very shortly here or just happening very shortly on the video?
On the video, it's not happening very shortly here. We've got about another 4 hours of sanding. So, look at Charlie's face. The disappointment after finding it, there's still 4 hours of sanding.
I'm going to go and get some plastic.
Maybe not to finish this. We've still got the doors, the tailgate and the bonnet to do, so best get cracking on. Right guys, we're on the home straight now. All we've got to do now is filler primer the tailgate, the new bonnet, the 2 doors. We've got a little repair patch there that we've done again, and one here. We just tidied up this seam a bit. So we'll blow a wee bit of filler primer on them. Once we've got these 4 panels primered, we're going to take them outside. The boys can start wet sanding them. And then I'll start painting the shell of the car. And then hopefully we'll be able to wheel the doors and the bonnet back in and I can paint them before the end of the night. Hopefully. It'll be good to try and get all the paintwork done today, but we'll be pushing it. Yeah, it's been a lot of work, but it's going to look so good when it's finished. And I'm glad we decided to put the Sebring bits on it because it just makes it look so much better.
We found the picture on Google, didn't we?
Aye, the picture on Google. I'll insert the picture here of roughly what it should look like when it's finished. But we've also spoke to Team Dynamics again about some wheels, so hopefully they'll come back to us and tell us what they can do for the MG. Maybe we'll get some Team Dynamics wheels on it. But yeah, let's get some primer down and get it wet sanded and get this thing painted. Right guys, we're on to day number 4 at CG Cars. And yesterday you seen me get everything in primer. Now, obviously we're up against it for time. I have to leave here tomorrow to get back home. So we had a very small window to get some painting done before we lost too much light. So I know you guys haven't seen the colour yet. I actually managed to shoot the shell last night and it's sitting in front of me now. It looks so good. Looks so good. For the conditions, I don't think we could have done any better than that. But what I'll do, we've got the doors to paint, the tailgate and the bonnet. So I'm going to spin the camera around so you can't see the colour just yet until I've painted these. I've got James, even though he should be working, he's in here prepping doors.
No car sales this week at all.
No car sales. All we've done is play with toys. But these are the last 4 bits we need to paint.
Clarify that. Clarify that, please.
Yeah. So, by toys, I mean like this, and MGs, and electric bikes, and all sorts of other stuff. Primer on the Sebring bonnet went down perfect. It's all wet sanded it good. Repairs on the tailgate look good. Even though we've now, well, James has now decided we're going to go for the fiberglass tailgate with the ducktail on it. So we will be back here to do some more paint work. Good job, because we've plenty of paint left. So, don't know where Charlie is. Oh, he's hiding up there.
He's intent on spraying everything black, the trim.
Yeah, he's getting excited to put it all back together. He wants to see the finished product. And I'm sure you guys do as well. So, let me quickly get these painted. While they're drying, I'll show you the shell.
You've been pretending on this video that you've been painting this stuff.
Yeah. You'll see the evidence in a minute.
You know the paint around here.
Yeah, it's all been rattle canned.
Rattle can.
No, we're actually showing James how to paint properly. With proper tools, proper paint gun. So, we needed... Bless you. My paint gun failed. I don't know what's happened to it, but it isn't spraying anything at all now, it's rubbish. So, James invested in this lovely Iwata gun, just so that I could paint the MG. And this is actually a really good gun for the money. Quite impressed with it. I think I might have just gave them a sneak peek of the colour on the tin there, but... Right, anyway guys, let's get this painted, let's get it in colour, get these drying, and then we can start rebuilding this today. And then I can let you see it. It looks great, it looks awesome. So, maybe, have you posted anything on Instagram about it?
Yes.
You have? James might have posted a sneak peek on Instagram.
No one follows me on Instagram, so it won't be a problem.
So, if you want to head out to James's Instagram, have a look, see what the MG looks like. To be fair, I've probably gave away the colour now because I've painted the insides of the doors and you can probably see it. But anyway, let me get these painted and then we'll show you it in full. Right guys, here we go, first coat on the doors and the bonnet. There we go guys, the first coats went down good. Couple of wee dry spots in the bonnet, but I don't look for maximum coverage on the first coat. The first coat's just like a tack coat, just to get you something for your flow coat to stick to. Tailgate's looking good. Where we've done the repairs seems to be okay as well. It's looking alright, that is going to get changed though. Doors have actually came out better than I thought they would. There we go. Very minor bits of dust, but they'll come out. Now that you guys have seen the colour, I may as well show you the shell. So we painted this last night, late last night, in the unit. There we go guys. Nardo Grey MGB GT. All the panel work repairs have came out nice. There was a big dent in that wing if you remember. This quarter had a few wee bits and bobs. We've filled all the holes as well where the chrome trims went. Even the roof came out pretty nice. Nice reflection of it. This quarter was the worst. This is the one that had loads of rust and stuff in it. But again, it seems to have come out very, very nice. We repaired the door checks. I'm so glad we spent the time doing them because that looks so much better. And of course this front wing, we got one, it's really hard to see, there it's there, a wee tiny drippy water came out the airline and it trickled in the paint just as I painted it, so there's one bit that will need flattened and polished. Sebring front lip looks good. Where James and Charlie moulded in the back bumper, that looks amazing. And of course we've went for a copper bronze exhaust tip. That will give you a wee hint as to what else is happening. The colour scheme for this is going to be nardo grey, black and coppery bronze, and I think it's going to look awesome when it's finished. Wee bit of a steampunk twist on it. But yeah, looks awesome. For the conditions we painted this in, I don't think I could have got any better than that. I really don't. So I think if you ran about 3,000 over that and then gave it a nice mop, I think you're verging on, well, I wouldn't say show quality, but a very, very decent paint job for what we were working with. So yeah, let's let these doors go tacky and we'll put in a second coat. Right, we're making good progress on the MG. Charlie's now painting all the chrome bits black, grille as well. He's even cleaning the bulbs. Did I get paint on it? Yeah. James not got any spare bulbs? No. No. Oh. Yeah, so we've started piecing bits and bobs back onto the car. Let's have a wee look. Charlie started putting the front indicators on. We've got the back coming together. Filler pipes back in. Back lights are back on. It's looking good. One thing that's not looking good though is the 4 panels are painted. You guys seen me do you guys watched me do the first coat. Looked great after the first coat. Laid in the second coat, looked great. For nearly an hour they looked great. And then all of a sudden, we turned round and looked at them again and they were starting to, like fisheye, can't even focus on it. I don't know if it's a bit of silicone for somewhere or a bit of solvent pop, or I don't know. But even the door that looked perfect has now got it. So all we can do is flatten and polish these. I mean, we are going to be replacing the doors and the tailgate at some point. We won't be replacing the bonnet, so when we come back down to do the paint work on the new doors and the new tailgate, I'll probably paint the bonnet again as well. But for now, we'll let it harden up and see if we can buff it back with a bit of 2000 grit, up to 3000, get a machine polish and see if we can get the majority of them out. James is also painting the trims that go around the windows, so they're going to be black as well. It's going to be such a good looking car when it's finished. But my next job is to get the glass back in, so I'm going to work on that now. I'm going to get the windscreen in first, I think, with a bit of help for James, but I'll go and put the rubber in first and then we'll get it on. Right, there we go, the windscreen's back in. This is not a nice job. Not a nice job. You need to, we don't have the tools for it here, so we just had to make do with pokey devices and hammers. But basically you put the rubber seal in, you slot the window in, and then there's a bit of rubber beading that you've got to press into the seal all the way around. And it's not a nice job. It's not a nice job. Charlie is fitting the headlights. He's doing a good job with them, and they look absolutely awesome with the black surrounds. They look really good. So James has also test fitted one of the gutter rails. These used to be chrome, but it looks so good in black. Just puts a modern twist on the car with the nardo grey and the black. Yeah, starting to come together, looks really good. I'm going to go and grab another trim and start bolting that on. Right guys, it's day number 5. We did think we would get this finished in 4 days, but we made really good progress. And by the time it got to sort of 7 o'clock last night, the 3 of us were absolutely shattered and decided that the best thing to do was to go and grab a nice sit-down meal and a couple of beers, so that's what we done. And we're going to spend the last couple of hours this morning putting the final finishing touches on James's MGB GT. So, looking at it now, we've got the tailgate on. We're just ready to put the back window in. We need to put some window seals in and put some interior trims on, but that's not going to take long. We've then got the doors to fit on. Again, these should be fairly easy. We haven't touched any of the adjustment. We've only got the tapered screws to put back in and the speaker wiring to pull back out. And then door seals. And other than that, there's not a lot left to do. But yesterday, James and Charlie painted a load of the chrome bits black, and it just looks so much better with the grey. It looks absolutely brilliant. We got the bonnet on. That was a bit of a fiddle. It is a fiberglass part, so lining it up's no perfect, but as fiberglass parts go, for not doing any bodywork on it, it looks really good. So yeah, let's spend the next couple of hours cracking on, get this finished, then we'll get it outside in the daylight, we'll get some nice B-roll shots of it finished, and see what it looks like. Right, I've had to switch phones. I think for some reason my other camera's no charging, but we're at the stage now of putting doors on. We're almost finished. We've got this one in. Charlie's in there now trying to line up the door hinge screws so we can get them secured. One more door to go on after this, and then we've got one more thing to put on it before we go, so hopefully we can get these doors done soon.
Still would have satin black chrome on the windows as well, mate.
Yeah.
Hello, mate.
Have we got satin black here?
No, we have actually.
The street bit.
Sorry?
Right, let's get these doors done, and then we're going to put some wheel arch extensions on. Wait till you see the transformation when these go on. But so far, it's looking great at the moment. Looks well good. While we're waiting for paint to dry, I'm going to run down to the baker's and get a couple of cakes to have a coffee. And James said I could take the green MG. So apparently this one obviously looks completely different from the one we've just done. But this one's had all the suspension done. So this one's supposed to drive really nice. So let's give it a shot. Right, so this one is a completely different driving experience. Although it handles better, like there's no knocks, there's no bangs, the steering feels tighter, because all the bushings and everything, the kingpins have been done in this, it drives a lot better. It's a bit more comfortable, but it's the brakes are, I don't know, they're like, I don't know if they're servo assisted or no, there's nothing and then everything again. You have to really quite stamp on them. Obviously this one hasn't got the MX5 engine, so it's not as fast, completely different sound. It's just a completely different driving experience. For some reason this steering wheel feels huge. But
it does look pretty huge.
Yeah, this one's yeah, totally different to drive, this one. But at the same time, it's still nice to drive. Just a different experience, isn't it? Right, we've picked up some cakes, look at these. The wee baker's along there is absolutely awesome. We've been in there a couple of times this week. She gave us an extra bit of cake today for free. I think we've been in too much, so we're going to head back now. Give the MG another try, and see what it's like. I mean, I think they're two very different driving experiences, and I do think I prefer the MX5 one. So you might convince me to get a classic for the looks, but I much prefer like a resto mod with a more modern running gear in them. It's a lot better. What do you think, Charlie?
Yeah.
Yeah? Same as well. Right, we've got the over fenders on now, and we've actually took one of the wheels off of the Sebring car because they were bigger and wider, and we've flipped it round the other way and sat it on the hub just to check sort of measurements, tyre size, fitment, and this looks amazing. I think this is the exact look James was going for, so that would be perfect. Once we get that measured up and we figure out what the right size of wheels will be, James can get his wheels ordered, and that is going to transform this car again. We're coming close to what we can do today. We're going to have to head home soon, so we're just going to help James do some finishing touches on the handles, the wipers and things like that, and then hopefully if the rain stops we'll get it outside, we'll get some beauty shots and you can see the whole car finished before we go. So let's get cracking on with that and we'll see you in a minute. As you can see guys, it's still chucking it down outside, and we don't want to take it outside yet because it just looks absolutely fantastic. We've sanded all the chrome back, it's been plasti dipped for now, just so James could see how it would look, but I think he's pretty confirmed now he likes the grey on black, so he will probably strip this down and do it with some 2K black paint shortly. The fender flares are on. As you can see, we've used the sort of bronzy gold studs to match the exhaust at the back. I think over time this car will be getting some more coppery bronzy bits on it, like maybe these light bezels, door handles, maybe mirrors, a few other wee bits and bobs. We had to put the home built sticker on it, of course. It's got the Sebring bonnet on it, it's got the Sebring front valance, it's got the Sebring back valance that was all moulded in. As you can see, it looks seamless now, all the way around. So the only thing this is waiting for is wheels. So James has got the big job of jumping online, working out what wheel size he wants, picking his favourite wheel. He's on his phone now, probably looking at wheels. But yeah, that's the only thing this car's going to need now. And I think maybe in the future there'll be a turbocharger or a supercharger added, and a custom interior. So to catch up with all of that and follow the build, you're going to have to watch James's channel. James, what do you think of it?
I absolutely love it. I can't thank these guys enough for what they've done. They literally have built my dream MGB. I've always loved MGBs, but I know they're considered old school. But I like resto mods, and this with the MX5 engine in drives perfect, but it just didn't look, the bodywork wasn't great, the paint wasn't great, it didn't have the look I wanted. Always wanted a Nardo grey one, always wanted flared arches, always wanted to black all the chrome out to make it look more modern. They have literally built my dream MGB. Like I say, all we're going to do is stick the wheels on. And yeah, I can't thank them enough. The hours these guys have done, we've been doing like 8 to 11. Yeah, 8 to 11.
4 days in a row.
Yeah.
We finished a wee bit earlier last night because the three of us were knackered.
Yeah.
And we're knackered today, so.
But it, like I say, it just shows you what you can achieve. If you can get some mates around you and get a project like this, you can achieve some pretty special thing. I mean, yeah. God knows, if we paid someone to build this, I wouldn't want to think how much
the bill would be horrendous, wouldn't it?
The bill would be horrendous. Yeah. But you've just done this at a reasonable price point. Like I say, once those wheels are on, well, there's loads more, to be honest. After the wheels, I can buy the frontline suspension kit, I can get the supercharger kit on it, I can retrim the interior. Yes, I'll be into it for a lot of money, but you turn up anywhere with that stuff on it, you're going to get noticed, aren't you? You're going to get appreciation of it.
Absolutely.
So yeah, no, absolutely amazing.
It's going to turn heads, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. But yeah, if you want to keep up with the build, guys, you're going to have to go to James's channel. It's Chops Garage. I'll put a link in the description, and I'm sure you'll see a lot more of this. And I'm sure you'll see a lot more of us down here in Devon helping him out. Because
now we've had the success with that.
There's an MGB. MGB Sebring at the back that needs to be finished as well.
Wide body Sebring, and we've got the bored out to 2 litres high lift cam, light and flywheel B series that could go into this.
Yep.
With either that, or we decided to do. You boys have been talking about a Lexus swap, haven't you?
Yeah, 1UZ V8 engine.
I think we're going to need more than.
Yeah.
So basically, what we're going to do in the unit next door is build these guys some bunk beds, put a shower in the toilets, and then just have them down there permanently doing all the projects I buy that never go anywhere unless I have a serious dose of motivation.
That's it. Well, that's one done in 5 days, so
Yeah.
we've made a bit of a dent in it. Under here's James's other one. You've probably seen this on the channel already. This is his red convertible.
Oh, and then there's this little matter of putting a Fiat Twin Air in a Citroen Arcadian van.
Oh, is that what you want to do with
I want a
that?
Fiat Twin Air in a Citroen Arcadian van, yeah. Because it's just, the engine sounds like a 2CV engine.
Yeah.
So we'll have about 85 horsepower and in a van. And I don't know anyone who's done that yet.
No.
I'm sure lots of people will tell us why we can't do it and why it shouldn't be done. But it will keep a wrap look like that, so we won't have to do the paintwork.
Yeah.
But we will have to do all the suspension, the brakes, find a standalone ECU to run the Twin Air.
Standalone ECUs are easy enough.
Yeah, and it's front wheel drive, so that's not the end, that's an easy part of it. But we'll have to make our own mounts up and everything like that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that's doable. No, looks like we've got a lot to be getting on with down at Chop's garage, so.
and of course, there's a Morris Ital as well outside.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, there's a gold Morris Ital that needs an engine swap.
That might be engine swapped, lime greened and wide arched as well, so. Yeah, guys, for the guys at home built and for James at Chop Garage, thanks for watching. And like I said, all the links are in the description. Hope you enjoyed the content. Stay tuned for more, and we'll see you next time.